Hey, what's up, fellas? And welcome back to Dark Souls. So, in the last time, we finished off the second Great Lord. There's 4 Lord Souls that you need in order to unlock the final boss. We have 2 of them. We have killed the Bed of Chaos, which we did in the last episode, which was probably the antithesis of fun. But that was the one boss that I was really not looking forward to fighting in this entire playthrough. So, it's over with. Hooray. Hallelujah. Let's proceed. And also we've killed Seath the Scaleless. So those are the 2 great lords that we have their souls. And we need 2 more lord souls in order to unlock the final boss of the game, which is Gwyn. So I'm going to be trying to get another one of those this episode by going through the Catacombs. So I'm going to admit with the Catacombs, in order to kill the enemies in the Catacombs... Oh my gosh. I'm just going to leave that in there. Screw it. Screw it. I don't want to restart the episode. We're just going to leave that in there. That happened. That just happened. I'm really glad I spent all my souls on leveling up before ending off the last episode. So we didn't just lose like 60,000 souls, which is nice. But let's go ahead and try that again. So I may have taken a wrong turn. This is the path to the Catacombs down here. This is the correct way to go. This is where you should be going. It is, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, yeah, it is. Okay. So we got the right way figured out this time. So the problem with the Catacombs is if you want to do a lot of the stuff in this area, it's kind of annoying because you're constantly getting swarmed by spooky, scary skeletons. They're all over the place, and you cannot kill the skeletons unless you either A, have a divine weapon, which I do not, didn't bother to go and make one because it's not really necessary, or B, you have to kill the necromancers, because if you don't, they will consistently respawn the skeletons. It's just not a good time for anyone involved. So that was one of the necromancers that I just killed. He dropped a skull lantern. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Yeah, that was actually a really good drop to get from the necromancer fellow there. So I'm happy about that. I'm also going to light and rest at this bonfire. So the necromancer will not respawn. We can rest at the bonfire. We can leave. The necromancer won't be there, which is really a relief. I'm pretty freaking stoked about that. I also just realized that we still have the orange charred ring equipped. Unnecessary. Because we're no longer running through lava, thank goodness. Alright, let's just make a dash for it. So this is probably the area of the game where I'm going to be doing the least amount of stuff, right? Because I don't have a divine weapon, so I gotta kill those dudes, the one right in front of me, because if I don't, then the skeletons will just consistently respawn. So there's not really a lot of point in trying to like complete this area if the enemies are constantly respawning, right? It doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Get out of here. Stop messing with me. I'm trying to get to your boss. Alright, the necromancer is dead, so we can actually kill the enemies. What a novel concept. So I'm pretty happy about that. So these skeletons aren't a huge threat. It's more just the fact that they respawn if you don't kill the necromancers. That's kind of a major, you know, annoying part of the entire fight involved for people. So we can kill all these skeletons now until we reach the area with the next necromancer, and then we won't be able to kill them. I believe there are a total of 4 necromancers throughout the Catacombs, I want to say. I don't actually feel 100% certain, but it's around the area of 4, possibly 5 necromancers throughout the Catacombs. Swing at me! So yeah, the skeletons are pretty weak enemies, because I do believe that this area is supposed to be like an early game area. It's just the fact that because of the necromancers, it makes this area super challenging, and the respawning enemies, it makes this area super challenging for new players, so most people just hold off on doing this area until much later. Kill that fool. Is there anything in here? Yeah. I'm also not super familiar with the Catacombs. There are a couple drops that you can take. in order to get through this area like super fast, so you don't even have to like... Oh, that was a nice shot by you, sir. I commend you. Got me right in the face there. You can just drop down and not even deal with anything in this area at all, which is kind of nice. That's what I typically do. But I'm not going to be doing that this time because I have more respect for the game than that. Now, anyway. In the past, maybe not so much. We should be able to kill these guys. I'm not sure. These guys might be subject to necromancer respawns. It looks like they're dying permanently. Nope, they're not. Run! Okay, we have to push this lever to turn over one of the bridges, because these guys are respawning, and I don't really want to deal with them right now. Okay, run, run, run. We gotta get to this next necromancer and kill him. Which I think he's... Yeah, I see his skull lantern there. He's right on the other side of this bridge. Move, please. Gotta kill your boss. Cool. Alright, so now we should be able to kill the skeletons. And there's a ton of them, so this is kind of scary. Did I attract, like, every single skeleton in the area? It's kind of what it looks like here. Alright. Luckily, we are, like, severely over-leveled for this area, because otherwise I can almost guarantee that I would have been dead there. Okay, so... You want to take this area kind of slow, because a couple of skeletons will come at you from behind if you're not aware of it. I think there's another lever somewhere around here. I'm just trying to deal with all the enemies. There's an item here that you can pick up, but you're probably going to get stabbed. Oh, I managed to avoid the spikes this time, but not the leaping skeletons. I think they're actually respawning. They are, aren't they? Yeah, they're respawning. Okay, so that means there's a necromancer somewhere nearby, so I have to find him and put an end to his miserable existence. There's another lever here to push, though. This one's pretty important. Alright, we gotta just make a run for it. I believe the pathway that that lever opens up is back up here, back up these stairs. Yeah, right through here. Cool. So, this area is pretty snazzy because there's actually another bonfire here, which is awesome. This wall, if you look closely, it's pretty obvious it's not a real wall. You walk through it or jump through it, and here is the second bonfire of the Catacombs, which is nice if you're having a lot of trouble with this area. Get through here without too much difficulty because you've conquered most of the catacombs at this point, so you don't have too much farther to go until the boss fight. You can also climb up this ladder. And here's a buddy here, Patches, who actually what he'll do is he'll like turn one of the bridges. He's kind of a jerk. No, I'm not a cleric.
This place is treacherous. Do watch your step.
Yeah, there's a little bit of foreshadowing involved there, but basically Patches is kind of a jerk, and sometimes when you're standing on a bridge, I believe it's actually this bridge here, he will turn the bridge and make you fall. Yep, so he's not to be trusted, so I'm not even going to mess around with that. I think if you run across the bridge fast enough, he actually won't make you fall, but just to be safe, we're going to go down this way instead, because there's a pretty cool weapon that you can pick up here, the Great Scythe. It's one of the more popular weapons in the game, so I like picking it up. And you can go down here as well. I actually don't know where we are at the moment, which is a little bit disconcerting. We are fairly close to getting to this boss fight, which is nice. Oh yeah, okay, there's a Titanite demon here that we can kill. And he's going to drop some Titanite if we successfully kill him and don't die to him, which I'm not going to promise anything. Oh, I still have my bow equipped from the last episode when we were taking on the Bed of Chaos, and I cheesed the shizzle out of that boss. I'm going to power within here. And I'm just going to, you know, do the standard stuff. Just try to go completely ham against this Titanite Demon. They're tough customers, but this is a fairly early game Titanite Demon, and they do get more difficult as the game goes on. So hopefully what that means is this guy won't cause us too much trouble. How much damage? Yep, I'm doing a lot of damage, which is nice. Wow, I just wrecked him. So you might not believe it from what just happened there, but Titanite Demons are actually pretty tough customers. We'll pick up some Eye of Deaths as well. And there's a covenant that you can join here, in fact. If you hop into this particular coffin, there's just a dialogue option to nestle in the coffin, which is a little bit strange, right? So if you pick up those Eye of Deaths, which I picked up, which were behind the Titanite Demon, you don't have to kill him. You can just run past him and grab the Eye of Deaths. But as long as I'm here, I might as well kill him, right? But if you rest in this coffin for like 30 seconds, you're transported to a different area. Any moment now. I promise something happens. I'm not just sitting here for nothing. I wonder how long it took for someone to realize, like, what this coffin was for. But anyway, eventually our character just gets bored and he's like, eh. Oh no, the coffin's dropping. So yeah, some Indiana Jones style stuff happens here. And eventually we're transported to somewhere else entirely. You're not in Kansas anymore. And we're going to be in Gravelord Nito's lair. Gravelord Nito is one of the 4 Great Soul bosses, and we'll actually have to kill him later on in the game. Unfortunately, you can't kill him now. I really wish you could, but you can't. Where's he at? Oh yeah, this giant coffin here. Here's Gravelord Nito. So we can pray to the sarcophagus Gravelord. We can enter this covenant here. I guess we've already unlocked the shortcut with the Daughters of Chaos Covenant, so I can just go ahead and leave and join this one. And for joining the Covenant, you actually get the Gravelord Sword, which is a really powerful weapon, and the Gravelord Sword Dance. So some people will actually use the Gravelord Sword for speed runs because you can get to this area in the game from about like 5 minutes after starting the game. Maybe 5 minutes is a bit of a stretch, but it doesn't take too long to get here, basically. So you can get this this Gravelord Sword weapon very early on in the game, and use that to beat the game, basically, because it's pretty powerful for such an early game weapon. So we should be transported back now. Yeah. So we're back into the Catacombs. So that's kind of a neat thing that you can do, is you can join this Covenant super early on, get that Gravelord Sword, and use it, and abuse it to your heart's desire. Can we jump down here? It doesn't look safe. Oh, there's a skeleton coming up after us here. I don't really want to jump down because I kind of get the feeling that these skeletons are probably going to respawn after I kill them. Let's see, did we get any souls? No. So this guy's going to probably, yeah, he's going to respawn. Okay, so what that means is there's a necromancer somewhere in the vicinity. So I don't want to deal with those fools because they're just going to respawn constantly. So it's time to go fight the boss of the Catacombs. And what we have to do is we actually have to get down to the ground level of this place. Can I kill these guys? Are they going to respawn? Nope. I'm not getting any souls for killing them, which means that there is another necromancer somewhere nearby. So let's try to find him, so we can actually, you know, deal some combat with these skeletons. Of course, this entire process can be avoided if you just get a divine weapon and then you can kill the skeletons permanently. But I don't like doing that just because divine weapons are pretty weak, for one. Uh-oh. This is bad. This is not where I want to be right now. Let's just make a run for it. Ah! I'm so scared. There's enemies all around. Okay, I'm just running for now. I'm actually pretty intimidated. But yeah, there's a Black Knight down there that you can fight if you want to. Oh, there's our necromancer buddy. I've been looking for you. I wonder if that's the same necromancer who's been like resurrecting the skeletons all around this place, but he's dead now, so he's not going to be causing us any more pain. Yeah, that time I got souls for killing the skeleton, which means that that we should be able to actually kill some of these skeletons again, which is nice, and they will not respawn unless you rested a bonfire, of course. I don't remember what's up here. Some of this place is like entirely new to me, just because I haven't done some of this stuff. What's this? Tranquil Walk of Peace? Okay. It's a pretty interesting miracle. What it does is it forces people in the area where you use it to walk, so they actually cannot run. Okay, I'm not sure if I can actually kill these skeletons or not. It looks like I'm getting souls, so yeah, these guys are permanently dying when killed, which is nice. Where are we right now? Oh, we're pretty high up. Okay, so what we can actually do here is, you know, we've done most of the catacombs up to this point. There's a couple black knights that you can kill. There may be a couple more items. But one thing that you can do instead of all that is you can jump down here. You take quite a bit of fall damage. Oh no, why would you do that, skeleton? Oh, I'm so bad. He jumped on my head and I was dead. What a jerk, man. Well, if the skeleton jumps on your head, then you can't do a whole lot. You're just kind of dead if that happens. However, normally you would be able to jump down there and you can actually survive the fall, and then you can like walk right into the boss room, which is fairly close by. However, leaping skeletons kind of messed that up for us. If the skeleton didn't jump on my head, what would have happened is I actually would have survived that fall and been able to make it into the boss room there. So we're going to have to... Oh, another necromancer. Hey. I guess this is one I haven't killed yet. This means no respawning skeletons in this area at least, which is kind of nice. It looks like I've already pushed this lever in, so I'm not sure how I missed the necromancer when I was down here. That's a little bit odd. And since I died, I might as well show off the final thing that the final prominent thing about the catacombs anyway. If I don't die from all these drops. Alright, let's jump down here, see what happens. Oh no. He looks so intimidating.
Be gone with you. You'll spoil my focus.
So yeah, this guy's voice acting is a little bit messed up. I've never quite understood what's going on with this fella here.
Why, you have an ember, do you? Forget about it. I don't deal with that kind. What has gone wrong with embers these days?
So what this guy's all about is he can make fire weapons and chaos weapons. You have to give him the very large fire ember in order for him to make fire weapons up to their maximum potential, and you have to give him the chaos ember for him to make chaos weapons at all. That's kind of what he's all about, fire weapons and chaos weapons, and also it's a blacksmith that you can access very early on in the game. So one strategy, if you're looking to get powerful quickly, is just get the weapon of choice. One thing you can get is actually the Great Scythe, which I showed how to get earlier on. Pretty powerful weapon that you can find early on in the Catacombs. So you get that Great Scythe, and then you come down here and you upgrade it to like fire +5, and then you have a pretty powerful weapon very early on in the game. Alright, so now we're going to have some of these, holy crap, bone wheel skeletons, which deal a ton of damage and are actually pretty dangerous. You know, they're just skeletons. You wouldn't think they're the worst thing in the world, but nope. These guys, they don't do a ton of damage, they hit so rapidly that they can tear through your stamina if you're blocking them, and they can tear through your health if you're not. So they're actually pretty darn dangerous. Luckily, I can kill them in one hit, however, so we can just take those right on the shield, and they're not going to do any damage, which is nice. Okay, so there's 3 more bone wheel. Ah! Where'd you come from? Oh, and there's skeletons as well. This is bad. This is very bad. Okay, we have a Black Knight coming at us, and we have skeletons approaching from the distance. Try to kill this guy as fast as possible before the skeletons reach us, because otherwise we might be in a world of trouble. Kill him, die! There, okay, good. Good stuff. Okay, we got a white titanite chunk for that. I'll kill that one. I'll kill that one. I can't believe we survived all that crap, man. That was some pretty clutch plays there. Okay, so this shield that I have right now, it's a really, really good shield. So normally when these skeletons attack you, I mean, as I've said before, this is kind of like an early game area. So a lot of the time when you're down here, you're not going to have such a good shield. You're not going to have so much stamina, and those skeletons can just tear right through your stamina. It can be very dangerous. They're much less dangerous now unless they hit you in the back, but if I have my shield up, I'm pretty safe against them. Anyway, let's go fight the boss of this area, who is down here. We'll actually get a cutscene from him. Nice. Looks like I interrupted him doing his homework or something like that. Oh, okay, that's not homework. Another of these pretty freaky looking individuals. Dark Souls has a lot of them. Guess this is Pinwheel. Yeah. So again, you know, it's a pretty early game boss, so he's not going to put up too much of a fight. Pinwheel has kind of a reputation for being a bit of a joke boss. You know, he didn't exactly pose much of a challenge there, but again, I mean, he's meant to be an early game boss. You know, this could potentially be the very first boss you fight in the game, and if you go down here as like a level 5 character, he's going to be challenging. A little bit less so if you go down here, you know, super powerful later on. But I think last episode or a couple episodes ago, I can't remember, but we picked up the Sunlight Maggot, which I said is a hat that gives off light. And this is where it's important, is you can wear this hat that gives off light in this area because it's very, very dark here and it's hard to see. The Tomb of the Giants. So we've actually already been here when we joined the Gravelord Covenant. But normally this is the first time that you would find the Tomb of Giants. Is that 2 hits? Yeah, it is. 2 hits to kill these guys, which is good. That's good damage. That's where you want to be at. Is there another one back here? Yeah, so, yeah, the main thing behind the Tomb of the Giants is just, it's very dark. It's very hard to see where you're going. And that's the main challenge with the Tomb of the Giants, is it's just dark. Some of the enemies are actually pretty challenging as well. So, again, if you went through, like, the Catacombs first thing on your character or something like that, and you come out down into Tomb of the Giants, it might be a bit of a shocker, like how much the difficulty will increase. Looks like these guys are just getting staggered by my shield. Please let me stab you. There we go. Alright, I really do want to make it to the bonfire, or the first bonfire anyway, of this area without dying. But we're very close to it, so that should be fine. Hey, there's Patches again. I don't even know if I mentioned his name previously, but his name is Patches, and I think he'll tell us that in a second. But the guy that we saw earlier on, who I said flips the bridges on you, well, you know, maybe he's changed his ways. Maybe he's not such a bad guy after all, and maybe, just maybe, he can help us find our way through this tomb. That would be really nice of him if he could. Alright, Patches, what's up?
What, you again? Well, well. You've been a stranger. Oh, good to see you well, mate. All right. Came at the perfect time. There's a fine stash of treasure right down that hole. I found it first, but we're friends now. I'll split it with you, in any case. Have a look. It'll shimmer you blind.
Okay, more foreshadowing, but let's have a look. Huh, there's some items down there. Yeah, I want those. I want in on that action. Oh no! Looks like we don't have a choice.
This is what I do, my friend. The trinkets I'll be stripping off your corpse, that's the real treasure.
It's a hard life for a G out there, man. Okay, so we get a skull lantern. If you didn't get a skull lantern drop from killing the necromancers in the tomb, this is where you get one. The skull lantern comes in really handy fairly soon. I'll show that off. And there's actually a woman here.
You're no hollow, are you? Thank goodness. Please be careful. There are 2 fierce hollows not far from here. They were once brave knights, my former escorts. Who would let such strong spirits be hollowed so? Heavens, is there nothing at all to be done?
Nope, there's nothing. Alright. So what we can do is she gives a hint as to her escorts. And I believe what she means by that is escort as in, you know, like bodyguard, right? Not the other kind of escort. What were you thinking? Hey, don't block me. It's rude. But yeah, they're kind of pushovers at this point in the game. So we'll just kill them quickly. And as soon as they're dead, we can talk to her. I think her name's like Anastasia or something like that. I can't. I'm sorry, guys. I'm a bit sketchy on some of these names, but we'll talk to her again now that we've killed her knights.
You banished those 2 hollows, did you? It pains me to think of the trouble my failings have caused. I am certain that both Vince and Nico are grateful to you. Thank you so very much. Here, these belonged to them. You deserve them more than I.
Replenishment miracle. Okay.
I am certain that...
Yeah, I know. Alright, so we get the replenishment miracle for that. Again, I'm not a faith character, so I'm not going to be using that at all. But there you go. And now we can actually get out of this hole. Because you're not stuck in here forever. It would kind of suck to be stuck here forever, but you're not. Also, Anastasia, if that is her real name, she is not stuck here forever as well. She doesn't look like she's going anywhere, but actually we can meet her again soon. So we'll be doing that in a second here. Once we progress a little bit farther. But let's go back and have a word with Patches, right? You know, the dude who kicked us down into this hole. We have a couple things to straighten up with him, I think. So we come out again, I think right next to the bonfire. Yeah, the bonfire's right down there. Which I'll go rest out in a second, so Patches should be over here. Hey, buddy. What's up?
Oh, you... Well, let's just calm down. Talk about things. I did you wrong, but I didn't mean it. These temptations, they can, well, overcome me. You know what I mean, don't you? Please, forgive me. You and me, we're jolly undead outcasts, aren't we?
As much as it pains me to do so, we're actually going to forgive him.
A second chance. Wonderful. I had a feeling you'd understand. I did. But, if I were in your shoes, who knows what I'd have done. But now we're friends again, eh?
And actually, as untrustworthy as this guy has proven to be, he doesn't attempt to screw you over anymore. That was it. He's, well, I mean, I'm not going to say he doesn't attempt to screw anyone over. I can't really speak for any of the other travelers through this cavern. I wonder if he kicked down the priestess lady and her bodyguards into that pit. I'm not sure about that. I wouldn't be too surprised, though. But anyway, yeah, you can now use him as a merchant. Not here, but I think he goes to Firelink Shrine eventually. I'm not sure what the requirements are in order for him to move to Firelink Shrine, but he eventually does do that, and then you can buy stuff from him. And if you kill him, you don't get anything really good, so there's no point in killing him. Alright, so I said that Skull Lantern will come in handy. We have 2 of them now, because we got one as a drop. What you can do is you can actually lift up the Skull Lantern, and it has like these blue orbs that appear along the walls, and these blue orbs will, in fact, lead you to like how you get through this cavern, which is pretty cool. So there's like a giant like gorilla skeleton, which they're pretty terrifying, so I try to avoid them. Alright, so we're gonna run this way, and it's very dark, but I somewhat know where I'm going. Roll through here, run through this area, and then we're gonna roll off here. Yep, okay, memory is serving me well so far. And there's actually going to be another bonfire fairly close by, if I can just remember where it's at. Oh, hello. I try to get the backstab on this fool. Oh. Alright, we'll just kick him. So this guy has a halberd. Guys with halberds are fairly difficult to parry, just because I clearly don't know their moveset all that well. One thing we can do is just drop down this hole. I don't know if the Black Knight is going to actually come chase after us. It looks like he's just kind of backing off. So one thing we could do is we could just make a run for the boss of this area and not even bother with the second bonfire. But I want to grab it so we can teleport out of here. Just got to deal with this Black Knight first, because he's going to cause issues for us if we don't. I'm getting, like, just completely destroyed by this fool. Okay, there we go. That should do it. He drops a white Titanite chunk. That's some decent loot there. Alright, so now it's time to find the second bonfire, because there are 2 bonfires in the Grave of Giants, which is, it feels a little bit unnecessary because they're both very close together. Oh my gosh, there's 3 of them. Yeah, I don't want to deal with those fools. Let's try this way. I believe this is it over here. Alright, cool. There's our second bonfire. So we have both the bonfires in the Tube and the Giants unlocked. And I don't remember which of these bonfires, which is the main reason why I grabbed them, but one of the bonfires is warpable too, and one of them is not. So I wanted to grab them both, because I really don't want to run all the way through the catacombs again to get back down here. But I know that one of those 2 bonfires you can warp to, so I grabbed both just to be safe. Alright, so we're going to go back to Undead Parish. And the reason for that is the woman that we saved from her Hollow Knights down in the Tomb of the Giants. Yeah, she actually escapes on her own eventually and makes it to Undead Parish. But only temporarily, which is why I'm coming back before killing Gravelord Nito. Wow, 611 damage with no buffs. That's a lot. That is a significant amount of damage. Yeah, we're quite powerful at this point, which I'm a fan of. Alright, so she should be over here. Hello, there she is.
Hello. I will never forget what you did. I am deeply indebted, for it was not within my power to save Vince or Nico. I cannot thank you enough. In case you have not heard, I am Rhea of Firelink.
Rhea, that's her name. Okay.
There was some way I could help you, but I am inexperienced and I only know the art of miracles. If that could be of any help, speak to me again.
So her name is not Anastasia. I'm not really sure where that came from. But regardless, you can talk to her and buy some stuff.
Would a miracle be of any help to you? I would be most pleased if that were so. May we discuss miracles then?
No, not really. But we can learn a gesture, the prayer gesture. And also, we can purchase a couple miracles. Wrath of the Gods, this one here, this one is very, very powerful. I've used this miracle before, and it's quite good. I would recommend it. It has like a shockwave that goes all around you and deals high damage. The only downside is you only get 3 uses of it, so that kind of sucks. But it's very powerful during those 3 uses. And some of these other miracles are kind of meh. I don't know if any of these other ones are great, but it's good to save her so you can buy Wrath of the Gods.
Then be safe. Farewell, Varianox.
Anyway, that's going to do it for this one. In the next episode, we're going to be taking on the 3rd Great Soul boss, which is Gravelord Nito. We're in his covenant, actually, and unfortunately, we're going to have to betray our covenant master and slay him. Because we need to in order to complete the game, which is kind of unfortunate. Because I imagine you're probably kicked out of the covenant. I've never been in the Gravelord covenant while killing Nito before, but I imagine you're probably banished from the covenant or something like that, so that's a bit unfortunate. But anyway, yeah, I'm going to go hang out with our buddy here, and I'll see y'all next time. Have a good one.